G'day everyone, I'm Blaze, and welcome back to episode number 8 of the Try Point podcast. I'm here with Kinunners.
Hello, again. I appreciate the confidence in knowing that it's the 8th episode.
Yeah.
Did you check again?
I'm remembering. I didn't check.
Oh, yeah.
I remembered. I'm glad.
That's great.
Anyway, is there anything, I guess, to talk about before I get into the meat of the video?
No, not really.
No, nothing?
Bought another Gleeok.
Okay.
That's about it.
Anyway, basically, a lot of things have been happening over the last week in terms of the Minecraft
terms.
Minecraft terms.
They're a bit blocky.
It's like going to a Minecraft school. You have Minecraft terms. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of things have been happening. The Armored Paws drop update thing came out where now the new dogs and the armadillos are in the game. Dog. And then the name for 1.21 has been announced, which is the Tricky Trials. Tricky Trials. That's right.
It's too close to Tricky Towers.
Tricky Towers. And because like the last update was called the Tales and Trails. Lots of T's.
All of the T's.
Anyway, yeah. And that's all sort of been announced. And I thought, because a lot of this sort of stuff's been happening, and Legacy Console Edition randomly got an update or something the other day, which is funny. And yeah, all this sort of stuff's been happening. I thought we could talk about Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Like, the entirety.
Pretty good game. That's how I learned 8x8.
And I guess more specifically, we can go into why we prefer the console edition as well.
Yeah.
To a point. However, like, I guess at the moment we can talk about like what is happening with Minecraft and 1.21 in general.
Indeed.
Can you start us off on that, or am I?
Minecraft is good.
I saw that coming. Anyway. Yeah, 1.21. It's probably more an update for you more than me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, everyone seems to be really excited for it. To be honest with you, the only thing in it that interests me is the crafter.
Okay.
Do you know what the crafter is?
No.
Oh, it's a redstone crafting table, basically.
Oh, your favorite item.
Redstone.
Yeah.
You can put things in hoppers and send it into the crafter and have it craft items automatically.
Oh.
I'm really excited for that. Everything else, however, is pretty yeah, I don't know. It's everything's basically going to be based around the trial chambers.
Yeah.
Which is what they keep hyping everything up about, like all the new enemies, all the new loot and everything like that. The mace, it all has to do with the trial chambers.
Interesting. They sound like just like different forms of dungeons.
Basically, it's like a dungeon, basically.
No.
And you can you take out enemies, and you can get there's like trial spawners, I think they're called down there, a different type of spawner.
Oh.
And you take out enemies, and it will drop various items, including trial keys, of which you can then go use the trial keys on some other trial
look.
And it will pop out other different loot.
Yeah.
And then if you do something with pillagers, you can get like a bad omen potion or something.
Bad omen.
And if you go into the trial chamber and use that potion, it creates like a bad omen version of the trial chamber, and then you can battle things that are more difficult and get better things or stuff like that.
Oh.
It's very combat focused.
Yeah.
Which is not my thing.
That's fine.
in the side. Honestly, like the mace doesn't even worry me.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Do you remember what the mace does?
How do you make that different to a sword?
Sorry?
I said, how do you make that different to a sword?
The mace it's very different. It's like, more like a hammer, and you hit down.
Oh, that's right.
And if you jump off things, hammer. And the higher up you are, the more damage you do.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got its own enchantments now as well.
Oh.
which is interesting
That is everything.
to see. And then, like, I don't think they haven't added like a new biome or anything like that. The mob vote winner ended up being released early in its own update, therefore it doesn't have anything like that in it.
No.
Yeah, it really doesn't have much for me personally.
Like, what kind of biome would they add, though?
What do we have in real life?
I feel like they have most biomes.
A proper beach biome with palm trees.
An actual beach.
Fix up the beach biome.
Yeah.
It's
just not on the edge of a desert.
Beaches don't only have sand. And they could be like rare beach biomes where it's like black sand.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat.
It'd be interesting if they added salt lakes. But then they'd have to add salt.
I think it'd be like like whole salt deserts. Yeah, there's a lot they can do. They can do space. If they want. I mean,
you can already do that. You just build upwards.
Build up, yeah. Build up really, really high.
Yeah.
They need to move the clouds up.
The clouds are so annoying.
They're too low. However, I don't like having them off because then it looks strange looking up at the full blue.
I have the same problem in Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Every time a cloud goes by and I'm on a sky island, I'm like, why? Why are you here?
Oh, golly. Because I think in Minecraft they've left the clouds as low as they've been since they were first added.
Yeah, which is
and
really
back then
low.
That was fairly high.
I mean, yeah, but
like the height limit keeps being expanded.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess this video podcast thing won't cover much about Java because we don't play Java.
Nah.
It's probably something to note, I guess. Oh, they've added like a day counter to Bedrock. Did I tell you about that?
A day counter?
Yeah, it counts the amount of days you've been in a world.
Oh.
They're adding that soon.
Just use the clock.
Yeah, they should.
Count it manually.
They should. They should make it... Funny. They should make it part of the clock.
They just add a sundial.
Yeah. They should make it part of a clock, like where, like, you know how like you've got the clock, and then it could have like a piece of text underneath that says how many days.
Yeah.
I think the way they're doing it now, where they've got the coordinates and the day counter up on screen at all times, or off if you want it off. It's like, I'd rather have like an item that I can use.
Yeah.
Like
it would give more use for a clock too.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
it would, because the clock can barely be used for
nighttime.
anything. I think that's a really good thing for the clock. I think the excuse they tend to make is when you're in a cave, you know if it's daytime or nighttime.
But like, does it matter?
Yeah, not usually. I think with multiplayer it matters a little bit more because like,
yeah,
you're trying to get people to go to sleep. However, like,
but then if you're multiplayer, you can just be like, "Hey, get into bed."
Yeah, exactly. And the funniest thing with the clock as well is if you like type clock into the crafting menu, and you see the little clock item in your like crafting menu and everything like that, it shows the right day and time, like nighttime and everything like that as well.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't even need to craft the clock. All you have to do is look at that.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Yeah, it would give more use to the clock putting the daytime counter on that and putting the coordinates back on the map.
Yeah.
Please. I like that from console.
Or just like put it on a compass.
Yeah. Or like, because in console you made the maps with a compass and a map in paper. Sorry.
Yeah.
That sort of makes sense. Now you make normal maps with only paper. How about if you make that same map out of console, like a coordinate map or something?
Yeah.
I like that. That was always better. It's funny because I was watching a video on the 3DS version of Minecraft the other day.
There's a 3DS version of Minecraft?
Yeah.
Oh.
It has the map on the bottom screen at all time.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. It has like 6 blocks of render distance or something. That is hilarious. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, Java, I don't have much to speak of for Java because it's Java.
It's Java.
No, I don't play it. Not saying it's bad to anyone who does play it.
No, it's just Java.
Our brother that lives with me plays both versions. Like,
yeah, he does.
It's like, We play the Bedrock version, arguably the less stable of the versions.
It's fine. It works well enough.
And, I mean, the main reason we play it is because of its, like, direct comparisons to console, I guess, right? Like...
Yeah.
And the other reason I play is because then I can switch devices all the time.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that. Like, the Switch version of Bedrock runs hard.
But it's the Switch version.
At least there's a Switch version, I guess. I don't know why they couldn't make it better.
No one knows.
They put the...
It'll forever be a mystery.
Yeah. I'm hoping when the Switch successor comes out, they can, like, it will be enough to, like, brute force it to a better position. As opposed to, like...
They have to make it better.
Yeah. As opposed to, like, them doing any changes or anything like that, like, having to Switch to do it. Which would be funny. Oh, but yeah, no. Bedrock, play a lot of Bedrock. There's a lot of problems with Bedrock, though.
There is.
There's a lot of problems that frustrate me on a daily basis. Minecart speeds.
Yeah.
They're the slowest
They
things.
just run.
But I understand they're slow on Java as well. I think it was only console that had them really fast.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, like, how, what's it called? Not render distance, the other one. Simulation distance.
Yeah.
How simulation distance works with, like, when I plant a tree.
Yeah, you plant a tree. That's pretty good.
I plant a bunch of trees because I have a project that I have to use a lot of trees for.
I mean, it's always
I need
good to
a lot of
replant
wood and
trees
all that
anyway.
sort of thing. Therefore, I cut them all down from our tree farm. I replant the trees, and then I go off and do a little bit of another project while I'm waiting for the trees to grow up. And I'm not even
you
like
have to be in
200
the
blocks away or
area.
something like that. I come back and nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Because the area, even at like the highest simulation distance, is way too tiny.
Same thing with just regular farms as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but regular farm, like anything in the farms. And furnaces as well.
Oh, furnaces are the worst one.
Because, like, a lot of my big project right now, as is probably being shown
need
on the
stone.
podcast right now, knowing me, is
Probably.
using a lot of stone, and I need a lot of it to be smelted.
Yeah.
And I walk away from the furnaces for a little while, come back, and barely anything's been done.
Yep.
And it's like, please. I think, like, I understand why they don't do it higher, because, like, it would be much more resource heavy and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
However, like, I think a better solution, at the very least, is either have things like farms or things that are, like, meant to grow while you're away from them and all that sort of thing. Same with, like, sheep's wool and all that sort of thing, furnaces. I feel like they should have their own simulation distance that's separate from the normal one.
They probably should.
Or they
Or
have a little
What kind of
equation that whenever you walk back inside the simulation distance that they've already got, that the game works out how long you've been away from them, and then it puts them to wherever it
Calculates
needs
it.
to be from that time.
yeah, that sounds difficult.
That would probably be a lot less resource intensive, however, at the very least.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's something that I can walk away from my sugarcane for a while, come back,
And it will grow.
yeah, we all grown, and then I can take it, turn it into paper, trade for an emerald, buy some mending.
Buy some mending.
Oh golly. Yeah, no. Things like that. Like the other thing I need wood for at the moment is to make sticks to get some emeralds. That way I can keep making stuff.
Not the sticks.
However, like I can't do it without
Just go take out some dead bushes.
the wood. Bushes, yeah. Keep taking out bushes. There's only like a certain amount of them in a world, though. You don't want to get rid of them.
Is there a certain amount of dead bushes?
Yeah, they're not renewable.
Ah, they don't need to be.
That's mean.
I mean, basically their only purpose is sticks.
Yeah. What if I wanted to make like a haunted house and I wanted some bushes out the front?
Just take some sea pickles.
Sea pickles?
Yeah.
Why see?
And you have some wacky looking candle things. Other than again, how you have candles, don't you?
Oh golly. Yeah, no. It's funny. And then like what was else I gonna say about bad about Red Rock? There's a lot of things. Realms is got its own problems. Like the render distance on Realms.
Ugh.
Like I feel like I can barely see. I feel like I can see less than what I could see on the 360. I don't think that's true.
I know exactly where I'm going, but I can't see a thing in front of me.
Yeah. And then like when you're using an Elytra, you like try to fly and land and it hasn't loaded in yet.
Yeah.
It's like, where am I landing?
Into a tree.
Get a thud into the tree.
Yeah. Just hit a leaf blow.
Yeah. And then like the main world that we use had a very interesting time being transferred over to Bedrock.
All the holes in the floor.
Yeah, lots of holes all over the world.
Not little ones either.
It's yeah, not little ones. And it's like, okay, I feel like we can't play on we keep inventory off, basically.
We will just fall off at one point.
Yeah, like I've seen like people online who are like they fall off the end and they get really distraught because they've had this inventory throughout like the entire game and all that sort of thing. And it's like,
yeah,
that is like infinitely more common for us to be able to happen.
Yeah,
because there's lots of voids everywhere. I take advantage of it. They're fun to use.
Oh yeah.
Like, what other world has that many void holes in it that you can like?
I find caves through it.
Yeah, it adds a lot of character. It's messed up the Nether in the end though, which is funny.
I mean, yeah.
So it's funny to see. But yeah, no, it's my world is strange. That'll be another day though.
Yep.
The world. But yeah, no. Why do we prefer the console version?
We just do.
Oh golly.
It's just better.
You don't have many words today, do you?
No.
Okay. Crafting?
Yeah.
I prefer the crafting menu on the console edition any day to any other crafting menu.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Also, it's just like crafting manually.
Yeah.
It's just nicer.
I like the crafting in console, I think, is definitely a lot more accessible for one. Like,
yeah.
I have a friend who barely plays games. I introduced them to Minecraft. They're having a lot of trouble learning how the menus work.
Yeah,
in Bedrock.
It's so complicated.
Yeah. Like, how like in console, all they'd have to do is like literally like move through the menu to see what they want.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. Like, you can do that in Bedrock, however, it's a lot more complicated. You have to scroll a lot more, which on a controller is not fun.
No.
And that's the other thing as well in general, that like the console edition had like great controller support because like it was built for the console hub.
Built for it, yeah.
Yeah. However, like Bedrock and Java's worse, I believe, when it comes to controller support. However, Bedrock, well, it has okay controller support now.
It's better now, but it's not great.
It's not the best. Like many things happen where like I'm trying to like quickly move things from my inventory to my hotbar or something like that, and because I'm going too quick, it doesn't seem to register.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that didn't happen on console.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like, and then like, general like, navigation and all that sort of stuff, like in general. Like, there's a lot of times where like, there's like a list, and then you have to move left or right to access something else with the left analog stick. Okay, anyway, we are back. We had dropouts, as seems to happen fairly common for some reason.
Who knows?
I feel like I should... Oh, we'll discuss that after the podcast. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving back on to the Minecrafts.
Back to Minecraft.
Sorry?
I said back to Minecraft.
back to Minecraft. Yeah, no, the console edition had a lot of great things. I think like the menus in general need to be overhauled in Bedrock to work with a controller better. Like in the console edition, you used to be able to press select, and then you could access pretty much everything you wanted, like set to day, set to night, and all that sort of stuff.
Now you've got to like go into the settings and
find
what menu it is.
Yeah, or you can type using a controller.
Yeah.
Just type a command. I know now they've added like the other thing in the command section where you can like select it and then go to like set time and day. Like the buttons are there, however, it's a lot more clunky than what the console would have been. And then like the speed of everything, like the menus and everything like that, getting around it with controllers doesn't seem to work very well. Scrolling in general is not generally the best thing with a controller.
It just doesn't work for controllers.
Yeah. I think like switching down like in sections as opposed to like scrolling smoothly tends to work better for a controller.
But even then, it's like, okay, where is this thing I'm looking for?
Yeah. Yeah. Looking for things in Bedrock is very difficult. I find it really difficult to find where I'm looking. But the other thing with Bedrock as well is because it constantly keeps changing as you're crafting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can never learn where something is, truly.
Yeah, which I preferred with, like, the regular console crafting. I was like, I know exactly what menu this is in.
Yeah, like in console, it's like, I want a pickaxe, I go into crafting. If I want a diamond one, I go down, like, 4 steps really quickly.
Yeah.
Craft it, back out. Like, that's quicker than even doing, like, manual crafting, like in Java and such.
Yeah.
Like, because you learn it. Like, it might be slower to start with, however, once you've learned it all, like, you know where a torch is, you're like, you press X, and then you flick the stick to the left to put it over on the torch, you go down to go to the coal torch, because for some reason the charcoal torch is above the coal torch, you use that.
I don't know why.
I don't think...
It's because wood's easy to get.
Yeah, however, like, yeah, no, it's really easy to sort of, like, it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
Where in Bedrock that can't happen because every time you craft something, the whole thing shifts. Like it's like
it just moves.
It's just like, okay.
What you wanted is like 3 rows down now, and it's like, huh?
There's been way too many occasions where like I'm constantly pressing to craft many of something, and then I accidentally craft something completely different as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never needed this.
This isn't good. I guess the other thing as well is like, even with how like you can like scale the UI and everything like that. However, like when you're crafting in Bedrock, like it really doesn't take up the whole screen properly. Like if you turn the UI scale to like sort of default or down, it takes up such a small portion of the screen, and when you turn it up, it doesn't like the biggest problem isn't like you can't see what's there. Like you can see what's there when it's low. However, like it takes up such a small portion of the screen, therefore you're going to be constantly scrolling to find things you need. And then when you turn it up, it doesn't like make the UI bigger yet keep everything else smaller. That way it fills up more of the screen. It simply expands everything. Like
yeah.
And it's like, this isn't helping. Oh god. Whereas like if you look at like the crafting UI for console, like it takes up a fair bit of the screen realistically.
Yeah, it does. Like, and you can see everything.
Yeah, you can see pretty much everything you need.
It just makes sense.
And then like if you want the inventory, you can switch between the crafting materials in the inventory down the bottom right hand corner, and it's fairly small, however it is easy to see type thing.
Yeah.
Where like in Bedrock, the inventory takes up like more than the crafting section.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need... when I'm crafting, I want to see the crafting stuff.
Oh. Give me a minute. There's a phone call happening.
Okay. That's alright. I will keep talking, because I can. I can keep talking, therefore, yeah. Another thing, I guess, in the console edition over the Bedrock edition is... like, in console edition, you used to be able to press X or Y like separately, and one will go to the inventory and the other will go to the crafting menu. In Bedrock, they both go to the inventory/crafting menu, where I feel like it'd be nicer to have both an inventory and a crafting menu separately, if wanted. That way you can like see what's happening and all that sort of thing. I think that would work better. All sorts of other things like that. And then like the menus in general, it's a lot more difficult to move through them than I feel like it should be. They're nice and big for touchscreen, which makes sense. However, like for I think being able to like I think a lot of people, generally for Bedrock as well, I think the most used platform is phones. However, like after that, like being able to like the console is probably the most convenient place to play most games generally. And then like the fact that they don't tend to optimize it very well for console. I believe like the Series X it has gotten an update now to do about 36 chunks of render distance, I believe, on Bedrock, where like it should be able to do more than that, right? Because my PC, which runs games around the same, if maybe not a little bit worse, I don't know. My PC is more optimized for animation work and everything like that. It's more CPU heavy than GPU heavy. However, my PC, which will run things around the same, if not a little bit worse, can run a render distance of like 108 chunks, I believe.
I've returned.
You've returned?
It wasn't really a phone call.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I was discussing over the podcast different things about my PC and the Series X and how the Series X can't seem to run it as well as my PC.
Oh, okay.
For some reason. Yeah, my PC can get like 102 chunks or 108 chunks or something like that, where the Series X can only go up to like 36.
Yeah. It's a bit sad, honestly.
Yeah, that is horrible. Like, even if it's like 64 or something. like,
yeah.
It's better than 36. Not that it really matters to us because I use Realms all the time, and on Realms it doesn't go above a certain amount Realms, anyway. Yeah. Which is frustrating because I'm paying to use Realms. I feel like if I'm paying for it, I feel like it could be improved at least a little bit more, generally. Not to mention Realms simply sometimes like doesn't work. Like
it doesn't.
Like,
you'll go
all
in
of a sudden,
and you're like, all right,
it'll stop working. Sometimes it crashes. I try to go into it and it's like, oh, Realms is down.
Yeah, it's like
it's like, oh, thanks. Like
lovely.
Have like at the same time, like I don't want to like commit to having the world on a single place because I like being able to switch between places a lot. Yeah. Which is something I do, like a fair bit.
And it's easier to get people on.
Sorry?
A lot of the time. It's easier to get people on.
Yeah, it's easy to... That's another thing with Realms. It's a lot easier to have, like, other people on, like... I have people going around playing while I'm not on the server or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. It's interesting. The other good thing about Realms is that it backs up all the time, which is... pretty good. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. Saves me from backing up all the time. I generally back it up, like, I don't know, maybe once a month or something like that, physically, like manually. However, the rest of the time, yeah, nah. Realms does the rest, which is good. Anyway, back to console edition. Is it me? I think a lot of people may disagree with this. However, I prefer the look of console edition, like the more washed out look.
They look the same to me.
They look the same, okay. If you look at the colors of the console edition and Bedrock, like the colors are way more saturated on Bedrock.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever taken any notice.
Yeah. I personally prefer like the softer, little bit colorless, more colorless version that the console edition was. I'm pretty sure that is my contrarian speaking.
No. I
don't think a lot of people... I think a lot of people prefer the saturation of Bedrock. However, I personally prefer how the console edition looked. I don't know. It's not that much different otherwise. It's Minecraft at the end of the day.
It looks exactly. So it's a bunch of blocks.
Yeah. However, like I can take it or leave. I'll do both. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. I think I preferred how console worked. And then like I had a simple like general things that like the mini games.
Yeah.
The mini games that were never brought over to Bedrock because their excuse is always they have servers. And it's like, I don't like playing on servers.
Yeah.
Like, they're not... And the other thing with the servers is they're not as well, like, made, I guess, for... not necessarily competitive play, for, like, ease of play, I guess. Like in battle... Yeah, in the battle minigame, like, you don't have access to the inventory, and, like, if you run over the better armor, it'll automatically switch the armor out for you, and all that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff is, like, non-existent in a lot of the server stuff, and it makes the... Even though it's a lot of small things, it makes the overall experience a lot less enjoyable.
It's just worse.
Yeah. It's like... And then, like, Tumble, which is super fun, and I liked snowballs and all that sort of thing. And then Glide, which has basically never been redone to its same quality.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of sad. I kind of hope, like, I kind of wish that 4J, who made the console editions and everything like that, I kind of wish that they started their own server through Bedrock and had all their mini games on there.
Make more sense that way. But...
I'd like that. And they could even use the same model they were using on the console versions, where, like, you get a certain amount of maps for free and then you buy the rest.
Yeah.
That way they don't have to, like, instigate with, like, microtransactions all over the place like other servers do.
Yeah.
Like, there's servers, I can't remember which server it is. I don't even know if it's there anymore. It used to be. Where, like, they keep sort of, like, it's like you're 85% more, like, able to win or something like that if you get, like, a specific kit or something like that.
Yeah, that is so strange to me.
And then, like, you can either buy the kit with real money, or if you want to get it in-game without paying, you have to run, like, an extremely long distance before the game to get it.
Yeah.
Or, like, do some extremely tricky parkour or something like that. It's like,
what is the point of this?
Yeah, it's like... to be honest, I would prefer not to have kits in general. I prefer fairer, like...
I don't really like kits unless they're balanced properly, which in a lot of cases they aren't. So...
And it's like... Yeah, it simply makes it not, like, that fun. Like, the only real game that I play on server, if I do play a server, is, like, building battles and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. They're also the funnest ones, to be fair.
Yeah. Like, because a lot of that sort of thing is, like, that can't really be changed with, like, kits and all that sort of thing. Which tends to be nice. And then, like, the only problem with, like, of course, server build battles and all that sort of thing is, like, you get a lot of trolls.
Uh-huh.
Doing their thing and all that sort of stuff. Like I'd imagine, because they did hint, 4J, they did hint that they were going to add, like, a build battle mini game to the console editions.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I thought about it for a fair amount of time, like, how would they have moderated it?
I have no idea.
Because, like, yeah, I don't know. Build battles, like, it's a really difficult one to, like, I feel like I can never do a video on it despite wanting to, because, like,
yeah,
have to,
it's
like,
just
cut a lot of parts out and all that sort of thing. It's, I don't know. People are people.
People are people.
There's another mini game I believe that I've seen someone else play where they're like there's a build already and then you have to, like, finish the build. That might be a better one that I can play on the channel.
I was thinking of the one where you have to copy it.
Yeah. There's one I have to, like,
speed building.
Have, like, yeah, no, I think maybe those ones might be a little bit better to play on the channel, because, like, at least for the one where you have to, like, finish the build, you can't place things anywhere other than where you're meant to.
Yeah.
Which means no one can do anything silly with it.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the mini games. I prefer the console mini games. They were much more fun.
Yeah.
And Glide is amazing and should be back.
Yeah, I miss Glide.
I miss Glide a lot. Anyway, apart from that, what else was there in console? There's a lot of things in console. I guess, like, how like, the store system worked in console was better as well, in my opinion.
The Minecraft store?
Yeah. Like,
I never went into store that much.
Oh, it was all the texture packs and skin packs and all that sort of thing and mashup packs.
Oh, that part of it. Yeah, okay.
And that was sort of it.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't all
But
these,
it was better that way.
Yeah.
Except for, like, maybe
I
some
prefer,
skins.
like, buying, like a bunch of something as opposed to, like...
One
thing, yeah. And then buying it straight with the money as opposed to, like, buying, like, mine coins, which then you have to use to pay for this thing.
That's just weird.
That's like... No thanks.
In-game currency is always something where, like, I see it and I'm like, why?
Yeah, the Halo Infinite's the same.
Unless it's like a gacha game, and then it makes sense. But
yeah, I mean, it basically it makes it like a gacha thing when they do that.
It's really weird. It's like it's not supposed to be that.
Yeah, no, it's like I would prefer to buy a big DLC over buying like small bits and pieces.
Oh, 100%.
End up costing way more than the DLC.
Yeah.
And have way more useless things in it.
Yep.
And then, like, it as well causes like, a lot of the time when they're doing small little things like that, not necessarily in the case of Minecraft, because it's mostly community-driven, the marketplace.
Yeah.
However, like, in things like Halo and such, where they have to, like, especially Halo 5, where they have to quickly get a lot of different things out because it's all, like, one thing after another.
There's sometimes on Infinite where, like, there'll be one day where I'm like, oh, okay, this stuff's in the store, whatever, you know, that's fine. Yeah. And then the next day, I'm like, there's like 6 new things in here, what?
Yeah, and a lot of them are like rushed out to simply have things out. I'm pretty sure there's like a transparency checkerboard pattern one.
What?
In Halo or something like that, and it's like...
What's the point of that?
It's like the laziest thing I've ever seen. Like, it's because like they don't have time to make like a full set of things because they have to quickly get a lot of different things out.
Yeah.
And it's like this is why microtransactions is a whole nother topic for another day.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's
its
own thing.
I don't mind the marketplace on its own, like in Bedrock. However, like I'm personally
it could
not
be better.
At the same thing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things as well. The marketplace in Bedrock is like extremely slow to navigate.
It is incredibly slow.
It's like, my gosh, it is.
As is every
slow.
menu.
Yeah, as is most menus on the Series X aren't that bad, if that's any consolation.
I mean, yeah, that's
Oh golly, have like then you play it like on a base Xbox One, which for a good amount of time during Bedrock being out, the Xbox One was like the flagship console that Microsoft had, and it barely ran on it properly. And it's like, oh my gosh,
how does this even happen?
You shouldn't have to wait for a new console, a more powerful console to come out that fixes the problems itself, as opposed to like the problems being fixed in the game.
Especially for a game like Minecraft.
Yeah, they already had like console versions that ran better.
Yeah.
Like there's all that sort of stuff. Yeah, no. It's a mess. Honestly.
It is a mess.
However, like, yeah, there is good things to Bedrock and all that sort of thing. However, like, generally I will always prefer simply playing. Like, it was much more fun to simply play the console editions.
Yeah.
Where the new ones, it's not as much. One thing I really want them to add to Minecraft, though, is a difficulty setting where there's no mobs, however you lose hunger.
Oh.
That's all I want. I play on peaceful because I don't want to deal with mobs. However, I like the farming aspects and like constantly have to keep your eye on hunger. And I can't do that because I'm on peaceful.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I've spent almost 10 years coming up soon, almost 10 years playing Minecraft, and I've had my fill of mobs. I don't want to...
It's been a long time.
It's like, I've been battling mobs for a very long time. I don't need
They get grating at some point.
Yeah. It's like, I'm more of a Minecraft builder, generally.
That is fair.
It's like, I don't want to battle mobs.
I'm the
However, I
miner,
like survival at the same time, because playing on creative is boring, in my opinion. I like getting all the stuff.
Creative is actually really boring.
Yeah,
Unless you
it's good for a lot of
specifically have a
things.
build world.
Yeah, have like I don't know. I find creative like the most like it's like it doesn't feel as like satisfying to build something on creative because like collecting the materials isn't like a task.
Yeah.
And like I mean, each to each his own and all that sort of thing. Have like I personally prefer like trying to like getting all the materials and then slowly building it up and all that sort of thing within the constraints of like the survival mode. I don't have to fly or anything like that. That's one thing though. When it comes to flying in creative, or basically like Bedrock's creative flying is extremely slow. My gosh, I feel like it's about the same speed of sprinting, except you don't have to go over hills, therefore it's faster.
Yeah.
Whereas in like in console, if you're flying and you start sprinting while flying, you're gone.
Absolute
like,
speed, honestly.
Oh god, it's way quicker. However, yeah, Minecraft and all that sort of thing, it's its own thing. However, I believe it looks like we've had lag out problems again. Therefore, it's probably time to start wrapping up this episode of the podcast. So quickly. Oh, you're back?
Are you back?
You're back? Okay, good. Yeah, I was saying it's probably time to start wrapping up this episode because of these problems and everything like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no. How'd the poll for last week go?
Which one? Our one or?
Yeah, our one.
I don't know. Give me 2 seconds.
Here we go.
Nothing.
Oh?
Pardon?
I was waiting for you to speak.
Oh, nothing.
Okay. Nothing? Okay, that's all right. This week's poll will be what version? Simple. It's easy.
Yeah. It's an easy
It's
poll.
an easy one. How'd the Fire Emblem polls go?
There was the final 4 between Seros, Sothis, Grima, and Lumera. And then Sothis and Grima ended up being the last 2. And it looks like Sothis is winning.
Yay. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else to add before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so. Minecraft's a good game.
A little bit of a shorter one today, however that's alright because my throat hasn't recovered yet.
Learned 8 times 8 from that game.
Sorry?
I learned 8 times 8 from Minecraft.
From Minecraft, yeah. I learned how to make circles out of squares.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Apologies if it was a little bit all over the place. Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Anyway, yeah. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. We shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.